When I was in high school, I hated poetry. I had bad experiences with it in my English classes up until about 11th grade when a teacher gave me a list of poems to choose from and I could do a project on it. So I picked one called Kubla Khan because I thought it was a cool name and I had read about the warlord Kubla Khan in social studies class who was this vicious guy who, you know, killed so many people. So this poem was totally crazy. It was a poem by a poet named Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and it was this like fever dream of insane, crazy images, and that was something that really appealed to me. So it was the first poem I really got into. The point of the story is that you need to find a poet that you like, because once you figure out some poetry that you're really into, you can kind of pick and choose, not copy, but imitate some of the best poets out there. That's how all the other poets did it. They didn't just wake up with a new style of poetry. They imitated people they really liked. So that's what you guys are going to do in this next skill. The fourth skill is finding inspiration from other poets. And this is true in any other walk of life. You need to find people who've done something before and have done it well, and done it in a way that you respect. So, what I'm going to ask you guys to do is to do a little research to find out some movements or poets that you are interested in and explain why you're into that style or that type of poetry. To become a master poet, you need to study master poets. And all poetry is borrowing from other poems before, so you need to find artists and movements that you like. You gotta study them and make them your own. So what I've done is I've compiled the Poetry Foundation's list of poetry movements, and it's this massive document that it's in your Google Drive. Here it is, and you can find it online as well. It's this list of all these different poetic movements, and I want you to pick a couple and find examples of them that you may be into. Maybe you're into this type of poetry called flarf. You can click on the link there and go to the website that um, gives you some examples of it. Maybe you read the description of futurism or imagism or modernism, and you find some cool new types of poetry that maybe you hadn't seen before. The idea is I want you to eventually pick two, and I want you to, you can copy and paste them or transcribe them, it's up to you. Explain why you like them, what you like about the figurative language, the tone, etc., for both of them. Then for this week's poems, I want you to try to imitate their style a bit and see if you can pick up any tips from these master poets. So the Poetry Foundation is where you're going to look. For me personally, I'm a big fan of the beat poets, but you guys can find something that you're interested in and kind of forge your own way ahead.